May I ask you please to move? Laura? Thank you so much.
Sorry. On the first line. George doesn't have-
Hello, Toastmasters. You will now hear a sound, not this one. A very short sound clip, which was recorded underwater somewhere in northeastern Pacific. I ask you to listen to it very closely and then tell me what you heard. I'm not trying to play a trick here, and it's not a test. I'm doing it just for demonstration, and as a matter of fact, I don't actually know what you're going to hear. Because hearing ability differs from a person to person. And my hearing range, my personal hearing range, is pretty narrow. So you will probably hear much more than I'm able to hear. Ready?
Dolphins communicating?
So somebody heard a whistle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very nice. Anybody else heard the whistle? I expected that Lizzle would do. All right, there are dolphins, but certainly it's very hard to hear anything. There is just some indistinct noise. Very hard to separate one sound from another. And that's actually the reason why, to analyze underwater sounds, we use a special tool, a picture, which is worth 1,000 sounds. And this picture is called spectrogram, which is visual representation. Sound spectrogram is a visual representation of any acoustic signal. Today, I want to introduce you to the concept of a sound spectrogram and show you how you can read it using Bluebell vocalizations, just for fun. Why I'm doing this? First of all, I'm excited about what I'm doing. I still cannot believe that I'm getting paid for being able to listen to dolphins and whales. But I also have a very selfish reason, and I will share it with you at the end of my presentation. Now you will see the spectrogram of the clip you just heard. And as Lizzle said, there are dolphins that do set their whistles. There are also some clicks and buzzing sounds. Now listen to the same clip, but 5 times faster. Hear better now? Didn't hear it? Okay. All right. But believe me, there is a whistle and there is a buzz. And buzz is what a dolphin emits when it gets close to its prey. So what a spectrogram is it's a picture which has 3 dimensions. The first one is time. It's usually horizontal. I know that Navy uses it opposite, time vertical and frequency horizontal, but we are civilian now today. So time is here. Vertical axis is frequency. And humans perceive frequency as pitch. The lower the frequency, the lower the pitch. The higher the frequency, the higher the pitch. And the color here represent acoustic intensity, which we understand as loudness. Does anybody see any analogy to a different way to represent a sound using time, frequency, or pitch, and loudness?
Heartbeat? Heartbeat?
Yeah, maybe. It's also like, oh, you mean the
wave,
time
yeah.
series? Yes.
Use color. Color.
Okay.
You could use the color to represent
Right.
intensity rather than the line.
Yes, that's true. But there is another one,
Mm.
which are musical scores. And they also have time here,
Mm-hmm.
pitch on a vertical line, which goes from lower to higher, and has special sign to represent volume of a sound. Do you have any questions at this point?
Yes.
Yes, please.
What's the normal human hearing range that would correspond to the frequencies that you showed there, just approximately?
You knew it. That's my next slide. As you remember, I mentioned the hearing range in the beginning of the talk and mentioned that mine is pretty narrow, so what does it mean? And this is how much we are able to hear. It goes, frequency is measured in hertz. That's how much we can hear, from about 20 hertz to up about 20 kilohertz. And I believe that that's what Liesl is able to hear, 20 kilohertz, because she certainly heard the whistles. Anything below it is called infrasonic sounds, and we don't hear them. We mostly feel them with our guts. It's very unpleasant feeling. And these sounds may originate from earthquake, for example, or oil exploration. And anything above 20 kilohertz, it's called ultrasound. And we have a very good application for it in medical tests. And those ultrasounds which are used in medical tests can go up to megahertz, million hertz. I now suggest to get a closer look to a very low frequencies, which go here. And that's where we can find sounds of bluebells. Why I have chosen bluebells? I think that's an amazing animal. It's the largest animal in the world. It's the loudest animal in the world. It's a good swimmer. And just think about it, these giants flying through the ocean, singing songs to their mates. That's an amazing picture, I believe. And that's what the sound they produce. Two main sounds are called a call, and that's this toothbrush, looking as a toothbrush pattern, and this fence-like structure, and B calls, which look like a staircases, a bit drunk. So that's what A and B call look like, and that's how they sound if I accelerate it. Okay, so I'm sorry. So the A and B call can be organized in sequences, which are called songs, if the interval between them is regular, about 20 seconds. And bluebells sing to their mates in A-B-B-B pattern or A-B-A-B pattern song. So the A call looks like a pulse. It's very short sounds produced at a rate at about 1.5 pulse a second. And B call are like tonals. Let's listen to them. This was A call. And this is the B call. This one. Another thing specific for A and B calls is the change in frequency, what we would, as Toastmaster, call pitch change. This is a zoom in for B call, which goes for a slightly higher frequency to a lower one. You probably heard it when I just played it, like, ooh, that's how it sounds. There is also change in intensity or loudness. And this little piece right here is called precursor, and it's usually very quiet. And then it goes up. This yellow color indicates louder sound, and then it gets quieter. So power change along the line too. So that's another reason why I have chosen Bluebell. As you see, it separates the sound by pauses. It uses pitch variation during the speech or producing sounds. The change intensity or power of their speech. And they also can change the pace with which they're vocalizing. Does it ring a bell? They use pause, pitch, power, and pace. That's exactly what we learn here during our project number 6, vocal variety. So Bluebells certainly knows something about effective vocalizations. So today I introduce you to what a sound spectrogram is, as a visual representation of an acoustic signal. I also showed you how to read and interpret a spectrogram using Bluebell vocalization. Sound spectrograms are widely used by linguists to analyze human speech. That's well beyond my expertise, and I'm not going to do it. But what I can and what I'm going to do in my next speech is to show you how we can use spectrogram to estimate and improve one quality, which is very important for a Toastmaster, which is likability of a speaker, how much we are liked by the audience. And this will be the theme of my next speech. Thank you very much.